Greetings and welcome to episode 285 of the Words About Games podcast, the weekly news and culture discussion podcast for Words About Games. I'm your host, Amy K. Alexander. I'm joined this week by the God of War himself, David Moody.
I like it. I like it a lot. Hello. It is Monday, the penultimate Monday.
The penultimate Monday.
Before we go off for Christmas and New Year. I hope everyone is well, because you know what that means, everyone. It's time for the main event.
Oh, it's the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Was I supposed to bring a different energy to this?
Oh, I want to see the energy you're going to bring to this. I'm ready for this.
Very
energy.
calm and rational energy, I'm sure. It's not like he made me stay up till 4:30 in the morning watching his Game Awards.
Keep you up.
He did. He put it on
You
at that time.
made the decision to stay up that
No, he made the decision to put it on at that time.
You made the decision to stay up to watch it.
Moody, nobody needs a devil's advocate right now.
Yeah, I hate those.
He's Jeff Keighley, right? You just need anyone defending him. If I want to say, listen, Jeff, other time zones exist. Please keep that in mind when you schedule these things. And
I still probably won't watch it live. So
we are also joined, I can't blame you, by Averill White. The elf daughter herself is back for round 2.
I don't know why I come back.
I messaged Moody and I said, Averill's going to be joining us. And he sent a laughing face emoji and then said, are you trying to break her? And I was like,
I'm
no?
already broken, it's fine.
No.
Get out of here before she keeps you and locks you in forever and ever.
Ask me what happened to our last third co-host. He's renovating his bathroom, I think, this weekend.
Isn't he?
He's renovating something, and it has to do with water pressure. Yeah, I actually spoke to him yesterday, so that was cool. So he's still speaking to me, so that's good.
Doesn't speak to me. Maybe he didn't like playing Aliens.
Maybe he really hated Aliens at Fireteam Elite.
He played more of it than I did.
We don't always do things that are good for us, maybe.
That's true.
I stayed up till 4:30 in the morning watching the Game Awards. We don't always do things that are good for us.
I know. It's going to be a fun show. I really can see this.
How's everybody doing? It's been a week, almost.
It has been a week. It's been a long week.
It's been a week. Oh, it's been a week. Oh my God, It's been a week. Does anyone want to?
It's been all right. Like, just waiting for work, college to finish. I'm only going in for one day next week, and I'm going to chill.
Nice.
Like I've told my college, like, I don't care. I'm not coming in on the Wednesday, and I'm coming in late on Tuesday.
Respect.
Yep.
And I'm probably only going to be there for a few hours as well.
Get in. That's what you love to hear. You love to hear it. You really do. My plushie's not in the correct face. It isn't showing the correct face. So imagine that's sarcastic. I know that's going to be hard because I'm very rarely sarcastic. But imagine that plushie is sarcastic. If you can.
Amy, I believe your first word was probably came out sarcastic.
I don't know what my first word was. Apparently, when I was born, they did the thing where they smacked me. But instead of crying, like when you
hit them
get pulled out, I just punched him in the face. Apparently, I sneezed, and then I fell asleep.
You sneezed and went, well, was that it?
which is on brand, I think.
Yeah.
That's the story I've been told anyway, whether it's true or not.
Have a sneeze on him and then go to sleep.
I just sneezed on him and went to sleep. None of this screaming and crying. I saved that for when I started a video game podcast.
That's true, that's true. That is true indeed, Amy.
Damn. April, you good?
I am good, yes.
How you been doing? You've been playing video games. Wow, that's what a video games. What a concept.
Yeah, I know. What's one of them?
I can say now I've played Should I say it? I'm going to say it. I've played 27 hours of Halo.
Yes. No, I certainly haven't been playing as much as that, but I've been digging my teeth into Witchwood, which I've been really enjoying. So
Nice. No, it's like 27 hours in like, at this point, 2 days.
Oh, you were very quiet.
Well, I wasn't responding to anyone's messages. No, I wasn't. I was playing Halo. I had to charge my controller twice. And
Still dying.
I still found time for playing Phasmo with him and Fall Guys with Nelly. So like, I still found time for other games. It just
And we played Fall Guys as well.
we also played Fall Guys.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Nelly
okay.
said no to us.
She did.
She rejected us both.
She did. She rejected us. Hardcore rejection.
Mhm.
Sent her messages on multiple platforms. She ghosted me. She just didn't reply.
oh,
I know, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm
Like-
offended.
if I was her and I was listening to this right now, I would feel pretty guilty.
Yeah,
Yeah. Me and Moody
I
were
would've-
devastated.
Yep.
Like,
we expect apologies.
we were playing Fall Guys and we were like having a good time, laughing a good time. And then it's like, oh, Nellie's playing. It's like, oh, let's see if she wants to play with us. Hello, best friend in the whole world. Would you like to play Fall Guys with us, please? And then the little emoji with the eyes, like. And then we got nothing. And then literally it was like, me and Moody were just like, I'm out. Okay. Should we start another one? Yeah, all right.
And so we then played Phasmo instead.
Played Phasmo instead. We were like, you know what? This
out of us, so we thought, let's go to a game that sucks the life out of us. as
yeah,
well.
we need a game that will literally suck the life out of our player characters, and it did. It sucked the life out of Moody's player character.
It did a few times.
And then I was dictating replies to him on Discord.
You were-
I was like, say this, and he was like, are you sure? And I was like, say it.
Oh, but I did do a new song, and it came after us.
I know. And that song will forever be gone. Like, it's not recorded, it's not streamed. It's just it lives in mine and Moody's memories.
Yeah, I can't remember what I said.
It was his
I won't lie.
longest song yet.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Then at the end, I was just shouting abuse at it.
Turned into a bit of a
That sounds like a Moody's
freestyle
instinct.
freestyle kind of thing, you know, like
And after when I started shouting abuse, it said suddenly
it
appeared.
killed him.
He said, "What?"
What did you call my mother? Ah! Oh man, should we get into it? We've got a lot. I feel like we
for a bitch. They'll come for you.
yeah, they will bitch
Go alive.
slap you.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I didn't mean all the stuff I just said to you, Nelly. I'm sorry. I know future Amy has linked you this and said watch this, but hopefully you've watched to this part.
I meant every single word.
We'll be testing you later.
Now answer this questionnaire that Amy, future Amy, sent you.
Fly back to.
What should you not call a ghost? Oh, God, I've got a whole thing to remember. Every Monday night, we sit down to talk about what's going on around the games industry. We tell you about all of the games coming out in the week to come. And we play a little game we like to call OpenCritic Head to Head, where we guess review scores for games. It's a lot of fun. You can get the video podcast over at youtube.com/wordsaboutgamesuk or the audio podcast at a variety of different services, including Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and a few that I've never even heard of. There's timestamps in the descriptions of the video, the audio podcast, whatever, wherever. So you can skip around, you can find stories, you can see what we talked about this week. Apart from in the intro, I always leave that as a surprise for everyone. It just says intro. It's like a little mystery box. I like that one. So you can watch podcasts in any order, including backwards, because we don't mind. We're just happy that you're here. If you want to hang out with us over at twitch.tv/wordsaboutgames while we play games this week, I am streaming right now. If you click on this podcast the second it goes live, I'm live on Twitch right now through the miracle of time travel or something. I don't know. We'll call it time travel. I'm streaming a free indie game from Steam called If on a Winter's Night for Travelers, which sounds really interesting, on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Moody, Healthy, new Phasma update just dropped.
Oh,
It's a Christmas theme.
It's
Scary
not.
Santa Claus.
I don't know if it's Christmas themed. It's definitely scary, though. I was reading the patch notes for it. So I'm putting together a Phasmophobia stream on Wednesday at 8 p.m. I hope everybody will be in attendance because it looks...
I won't have to anything on, so I will be there.
It looks really fucking scary.
I will be there.
Then on Thursday at 12 p.m, I'll be playing Eastwood. I need to start a new game. Finally finished Judgment on Monday. And then on Saturday at 8:30 p.m, we're playing Among Us, and it's going to be a banger. I've been in the group chat. We've been talking. It's going to be a banger next Saturday. That's the one Among Us.
Well, basically, when you start begging, please, can everyone join for the final game of this year, please? Please, don't go off playing with your little toys and whatever.
Yeah.
Just go join us, have a fun banter time, and murder each other.
Put the Warhammer toys down, Zero and Smashy. Put them down for one night only.
Smashy, if you want to dress up as Harley Quinn, you are all.
You can do that. I'm going to be the only one on camera. You can dress up however you want.
And you can stream it as well, and we'll all just sign into your stream and watch it.
If I had decent internet, I would say let's get everyone on camera on Discord, and I'll just have a big row along the bottom of face cams.
Oh God!
Unfortunately, my internet would implode.
And I need to reinstall OBS on my new PC.
That would be cool, though. That would be a great one.
That would help indeed.
Yeah.
And that would be helpful, yeah.
Not that Streamlabs shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't stream on
no,
Streamlabs. Streamlabs is garbage.
Mhm.
The company and the software.
Yeah.
Software's not great. Not gonna lie.
Sorry, why did you recommend change over to it?
Because that's the one I was using, and I was going to integrate everything so we could put, and then I didn't, and then it turns out the company sucked. So then I just didn't bother.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what time
You know
it
how
is?
long it takes me. You know how long it takes me to do things, Moody. I only updated the automatic YouTube description last week.
That's true. It's only took you a few months.
It's only took me. Where did you join? Permanently?
2 years ago.
It's only taken me 2 years.
Yeah, but I did change my Twitter handle, then deleted my old Twitter,
Yes.
and then restarted Twitter on this new one, which is a more developer-centric one.
It's just
I need
your
to
name.
unfollow some people because they're not developers.
Hang on, I'm not a developer. Don't diss me like that. Is that my Christmas present? Goodbye, Amy. Click. Well, shit.
I won't lie, I'm probably taking social media off that week for the next 2 weeks when I leave college. I'm going to say I'm uninstalling them all on my phone and just saying, there, the only time I'll see social media is if I turn my PC on. Shit, I'm going to be on my PC every single day.
You're going to be at PC every day. You've got a plan. You've got a game plan.
I have a game plan.
What is it? Is it the 19th? So the 19th of December, we record the final podcast next week with a very special guest who I won't ruin here. And it'll be like, finish the podcast, say our tearful goodbyes for Christmas, and Moody's just going to uninstall all of his social media and be like, I'll see you in 2 weeks, Amy. This has been fun, but I need a break.
I'm on phone, but if you want to get in contact with you,
this has been 50 weeks of hell.
I'll text you my number, Amy, and then you can just text me.
She's like, I'm not doing this for 2 weeks. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
So long, suckers. So wait, who's this surprise? Do I know
told
them?
you. I told you it was. And yes, you do know them. I literally messaged you with by the way, such and such is joining us next Sunday.
Pretty standard memory.
That's worse than my memory. That's worse than my memory.
Let's start the show. Go.
Game Awards. It was the Game Awards on Thursday night or Friday morning, depending on who you ask. If you ask me, it was Friday morning. And I stayed up to watch it like an idiot. Wasted an entire day off for Halo Infinite, which I couldn't even fucking play because 343 and Microsoft screwed the pooch on preloading. Which I could have used for the Friday, so I didn't have to go and do things after the Game Awards, but that didn't happen, so here we are. So however mad I am at the Game Awards, it's amplified by the fact that I had to stay up to watch it and then get up in the morning as well. But the Game Awards, I'm assuming I'm the only person that's watched the show live or otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, yo!
found it.
No, that's finally. Oh, I never saw those messages.
I wondered why you didn't reply. I was literally talking to Nelly about it while we were playing Fall Guys. Like, Moody's not replied. And she was like, maybe he's busy. And I was like, yeah, but it's about. I've asked him very direct questions, and he hasn't replied to me.
Yeah, I saw the Christmas one. Resolute solution for it. Didn't see the next one or the next one. Just completely blocked it out of my mind. Sorry.
That's all right.
That is so cool.
It's cool, right?
Which one?
The second one.
Okay, I know who you mean then. All right. Cool.
I've just been given chocolate.
Yes. I really don't want to. Like, what if this podcast just finally devolved into nonsense?
I just did.
What if we just did it? What if we just did it? Another hour and 40 minutes of nonsense. Actually, we don't need to do that. The nonsense is in the show notes because we're going to talk about the Game Awards, baby. Moody, did you actually watch the
I have watched the Game Awards. Yes. Did not watch them live.
Did not watch it live.
I watched the replay of it and everything. And good
Action
God,
replay.
it's longer than watching the Lord of the Rings special edition.
It is.
And that's 12 hours long.
It is.
12! And the Game Awards are so long and so tedious and so boring. And there's too much Jeff Keighley. Get a different host, motherfucker, please. Someone else replace this guy. I've never been the biggest fan of the Game Awards because I understand where it comes from. It is a celebration of video games, and they do. I do think they do a reasonably good job for that. Like they talk about, like for the developers and everything. But wow, man! Let me finish, and then you can go on your tangents.
30 seconds. They have 30-second limits on the speeches.
I have yeah. Then you've got. And he did say less celebrities. It seemed like there was more.
There were two movie trailers and a TV show trailer.
I understand two of them because they are of a game franchise.
And Jim Carrey wouldn't stop talking.
And the other one was just like, we gotta capture what happened at the Xbox conference. We need to have breathtaking again. And all like that. And it's just like, I love Keanu Reeves as much as everyone, man. The guy hasn't aged.
The irony
for 20 years.
The irony of that is Keanu Reeves started trending and blowing up on Twitter, not because of his Game Awards appearance, but because of an interview he did with The Verge. And I love that. It's just like, unlucky Jeff, you missed.
Yeah, it's Jeff, I've said this many times. Jeff, you need to get this show under 3 hours, mate. Like, seriously need to get it under 3 hours. You have like a half an hour to an hour pre-show, so technically it's like 5 hours long.
Yeah, it was 3.5 hours. 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, so they have like a 30-minute pre-show, and I'm just like, oh my God.
At least that's not hosted by Jeff Keighley. But that's where he gave out half of the fucking awards.
That's true, like, though. So why have an awards show if you're going to cut all half of them off onto the pre-show?
Don't get me
started on the other ones they talk about.
I want you to get started on the other ones. That's what this part of the podcast is for. Yeah. I want you get started, Moody. Get started.
It's absolute. An awards ceremony is to like celebrate the developers. Yes, that's what it's all about. This is what he says, is to celebrate the developers. Half the fucking awards were literally like him, and the nominees are, and the winner is number A. Thank you very much. So long. And the nominees are.
Yeah, and the nominees are. And the winner is Back 4 Blood. Now let's watch this awesome trailer, which isn't that awesome. Like,
He's trying to change his he's trying to change his award ceremony into a giant conference type of thing, and that's what he wants to try and do. And like I'll say it again, the Game Awards is literally the Golden Globes of the video game industry. It's a fun quote unquote kind of fun time to watch sometimes. Not for me, like I say, that's why I never watch it live. But it can be a fun time for like people who do enjoy it. But the awards mean zilch, just like the Golden Globes. Bring it back to come back to me when it's the BAFTAs and the DICE Awards later down in the next couple of months and everything, where actually the proper people who developed games actually pick the awards and actually get to talk.
And actually get to speak. A ceramic pot was on stage for longer than than people who were like allowed to accept awards on stage. A pot, Mooney, a fucking pot.
Yeah. The person who is presenting the award is more important than the bloody winner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It really is. And I love Reggie just as much as everyone else. He's an adorable bloody bastard. And he's infectious and everything. But my goodness, dude, you've retired. Fuck off. Get someone else in, man.
No, well, I like if you want celebrities to give out awards to at your Game Awards show, yeah, Reggie's a great one because at least he had something to do with video games.
Yeah, I love Shang-Chi as much as everyone else did because I really enjoyed that film. And the guy is charismatic as hell. He was really funny. I won't lie. I saw it.
Funny,
I was like, go away.
At least he was talking about a game, though.
Yeah, he's talking about getting back to his couch to play a Halo.
Like,
respect him on that. You know Halo's out, guys. You know that, right?
The single greatest thing anybody said at the Game Awards was, you guys know Halo's out, right?
Why the hell are you here?
Why are you
away.
here? Someone who put Halo down to watch the Game Awards, I sat there and that really vibed with me. That comment. Yeah. I was like, wait, hang on. Yeah, he's right. Halo's out. What the fuck am I doing watching this?
It is. It's just like...
But yeah, no, I agree. That's why, I agree with most of what you're saying, but that's why, I think Jeff Keighley believes himself when he says, I've designed this as a celebration for games, but I don't think it is a celebration of games. I think it's a celebration of game trailers.
Yes.
Celebration of his small little ego.
Yeah, it's tiny. You'd never be able to spot it. But
I think what was or could have been a celebration of games, they basically just turned into an advert for games.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I don't think it is a celebration of games. The developers even... Sorry, go on.
He needs to find the right balance.
Yes.
I don't think he ever will. I know.
I know. The trailers and reveals are more important than the awards. And just how bad is that? It's that. Especially as you give half of them away to nobodies. And I don't mean the games or anything like that. Just for people who just like I said, half of the awards were not given out to anybody. Yeah. They were given out, but no one gave a speech or anything, and that's really, really bad.
I want to hear the game developers talk about their games. That's fun. There's a reason NoClip is one of the only channels, gaming channels I'm subscribed to on YouTube because I want to hear game developers talk about games or just talk in general because I find the whole craft fascinating. It's why this podcast exists. And like Games for Impact was given out in the pre-show. It was one of those ones where they didn't even read the nominees out, and I was just like, guys, the name of the trophy is literally Games for Impact. I missed it because I went to the toilet.
Yeah, this is how crazy though this is. I remember literally a few years ago, which one is it? Content Creator Award or whatever it's called. That was a huge trending gamer. Yeah, that was a huge thing. I remember just when Kind of Funny just started. Greg Miller was nominated for it. And he walked out and he won it and did an incredible speech. It was a fantastic speech, personally. I really think it was. And that's what I mean when you see a true celebration of games. He literally put to one person randomly from an end credit game and just said, I don't know who you are, but I've just finished your game and it's fantastic. Thank you to everybody who's done an amazing job on these games and everything. You don't see that. And but this is the thing. What I'm saying is that award's now literally nothing. Nothing anymore. It's slowly gone down to literally 2 hours. And the nominees are, and the winner is, I think it was Dream or something, or whoever the hell
it was, yeah.
I'm just random person who probably got his award in the backstage or just sent to him by mail.
Mailed
You've already
to
won
him.
it, mate. There we go.
Congratulations, this means nothing. And like, yeah, it fucking sucks. I like that's why I don't think it's a celebration of games, because it doesn't celebrate them.
Yeah.
Like I said, true celebration of games would celebrate the games that the ones that are nominated, the ones that we're here to talk about, in equal measure to the cool reveals and the cool trailers, and would also and like yeah, in equally, right? It's an equal thing. Sorry, I got distracted because some of my fairy lights, the part of my fairy lights just fell. You can tell it's towards the end of the year. The set's falling apart.
You've only had this stuff for like 2 months. Apu, did you make
And
this?
I was very much not a fan of his speech on the beginning of the Game Awards, the one he was forced into making because he
He
wasn't
had
going
no
to say
choice
it,
to.
and then he had
He
no
wasn't gonna
choice
say it
because
now.
everybody was like, "Hang on, Jeff."
You don't say anything. We are going to slap you so hard, and you'll never get any out trailers ever again. Basically. So you literally compromise. I'm not going to mention the people, the companies, but if you're we support diversity and no harassment in works, please call this number if you are being harassed at work or whatever. And now like they say, oh, all right. I guess it was a token gesture, as we know it was.
It was a token gesture that was turned completely futile by the two things that followed what he said. The two things that followed what he said. Number one, and he is the star of Far Cry 6.
A game from a company who we're going to be talking about later.
Yeah, and then follow that with, and here's Quantic Dream's next game. It's like,
yeah,
you could at the very
Read
least spaced.
fucking room.
If you've got to have these two things, you've got to have this person and you've got to have this game at your Game Awards, at least move the fucking things so they're not all next to each other.
Yes. Just like,
You absolute fucking dumbass. Part of me wishes Warzone had won the award it was up for, just to see the fire that would have followed it.
yeah.
The fire would have followed just online.
Yeah, oh no,
Nothing could
not
have
at the
happened
Game
then.
Awards, unless like someone just stood up in the middle of the Game Awards, burn this mother down. But I
nothing
don't
was
know.
going to happen. Yeah, nothing was going to happen
Because no one could speak. See, when I made you that thing last week where I said, "Oh, I think someone might say something," I assumed the developers would have time to say things,
Yeah.
they didn't.
and they didn't. The one woman who spoke, and you know, she's a very talented actress. The one woman I can remember who spoke is an actress, not a developer. There was another woman developer who got up on stage at one point and just stood there silently while a man accepted the award. I only remember that because she was wearing a cool pin badge, and I tweeted at her afterwards.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember.
And like, what the fuck? Like, and that contrasted with the year we've had in video games, contrasted with Jeff's statement at the beginning of the show. It's just like, damn, it sure sucks that people that are abused, including women. Like, a lot of women have been abused. Let's not let any of them say anything tonight, just in case they say the wrong thing. The president of our board also works for Activision.
Yeah.
And there's also another member who's the president of Ubisoft,
Like,
the CEO. Yeah.
That's kind of what it smacks of is don't let anybody say anything.
yeah.
We're just going to turn a blind eye to everything. We'll make a token gesture and that's it.
He gave
was.
Joseph
There's nothing
Fares
but-
a microphone, but like,
And he was going to say, like, I knew he was going to say, fuck, I remember this. 2
remember
years
when I
ago,
said fuck the Oscars? Yes, we all remember. We all remember,
Yeah,
Joseph.
The Oscars are so happy you're not there, Joseph. Just so you know that, mate. You made I'll say well, Game Awards when it comes to viewership eclipse the Oscars by a mile. I don't
Absolutely, because it's got the trailers.
deny that. Yeah, that's what. Oh, that's what I said. The Oscars did change in a lot of ways and everything, but like, and it also like I say, it's on like multiple platforms. It's on Twitch, it's on YouTube, it's on basically any device you can basically get it around.
Yeah, it
The
was
Oscars
into
is only
games
on
as
one
well.
thing. It's only on one thing. TV, that's it. They don't
TV.
stream it or anything like that. So
But
yeah,
yeah, no, like it was a hollow gesture that I felt like was made even more hollow by the fact that like no women really got up to say anything.
Yeah.
And I hate and like I like they did the thing like you talk about as well, Moody, where they gave out half of the awards without maybe more than half. I can't actually remember the number without actually like giving it to someone, which was annoying to me in general. But then the ones that they did give out, like, it kept going to the same games over and over again, which I think amplified my frustration. So yeah. But there was the even worse one was when they'd go, and the winner is such and such, and then a voiceover would go, this game also won this award.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Just like, it's. But I'm not gonna lie, that's the same way when it comes to the Oscars. The Oscars do that as well.
All right.
They were also nominated for this award as well, or earlier they won this award or something like that. Yeah, they do that as well. So. Or this is the 7th time he's been nominated, and only the 1st time he's won, or something. It's like, yeah, they do that in the Oscars, and even I think in a lot of the ceremonies. So,
all right, I'll let him off for that one. Actually, no, I won't. Like, he could make it better. He could make a better award show just by making an award show that gives out awards.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing about it. Your award show.
Yeah.
Give them out and let the developers speak.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. It's in the backside.
And I've got a revolutionary idea for Jeff Keighley. Change the name.
The trailer award, trailer show.
Because you're not the fucking E3 at Christmas.
Yes.
The game trailer show.
The game trailers show. I don't know. There's a game trailers
plus a little award show in the middle of it.
With celebrity cameos.
Yeah. For me, it's just this event has never really worked for me, and I think I said it last year. I was thinking he wants to be like the Oscars. You ain't gonna get nowhere near it, mate. You may have a higher viewership, and that's credit to you. That's shout out to you for that. But when it comes to everything else, you're nowhere near it, mate. You haven't got the prestige. You haven't. The DICE Awards and the BAFTAs have the prestige, and yes, they may not get the viewership compared to this, but it's just because they concentrate on what's important, and that's the awards and the developers, and actually speaking and listening to the developers, not pandering to what, like he says. He says in his open monologue. He says, "This is for the players," type of thing. I think no, it's not. It's for the developers.
No, it's not. It's supposed to be for the developers.
Yeah, and then he puts in at the end, it's also for the developers as well. It's like it's not for the developers, and you know it isn't. You're a fake award show, and it's just a load. Yeah, it doesn't work for me. Shout out to anybody who enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the show, that's fantastic. It worked for you, but for me, it doesn't. An award show is an award show, not a playground of things.
Like, I get the pieces. I get where you can see the pieces as a celebration of games. You know, like the orchestra stuff and the musical stuff that, you know, has to do with video games, which I'm glad there was no "and now Greed Day" moment. Like, that was nice. But like, yeah, like it's I don't think it's.
And I'll also say this: like, shout out to the what is it, the People Awards who got all nominated or brought in together, like who work in the industry in some sort of way. I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember.
I don't know. Do you know what he's talking about, Avril?
Like, a lot of people voted on people who they wanted to become like emissaries or something like that for the Game Awards, or
the future class.
That's it. The future class. That's it. Yeah. They'll shout out to them. Like, a lot of them. They who work in the industry and do some badass stuff and everything. I don't. For the most part, there's been some awesome ones. Like, there's a few QA testers in there, which is obviously something I'm very passionate about for my own self and everything. I'll say this for me, just because I'm sick of it in general. Cut the content creators out, man. Cut them out. They're not important compared to developers. They aren't. Yes, I'll say that Kathy Adams is from Spawn on Me's. Why he was in it, I can completely understand that.
The diversity thing with Khalifa and Pikachu Lear and stuff. That was an awesome moment. That moment
deserves to be in
had more of an impact than Jeff's statement. And for audio listeners, I keep using air quotes because, you know, when you say words but they don't mean anything, I don't necessarily class it as a statement so much as just waffle. But like, that moment had way bigger of an impact than bring this hotline now. Looked like he was on one of those game shows. You remember when they used to say, like Strictly Come Dancing and stuff, where it's like vote for who you wanna see eliminated by calling this number. I don't know. Should we talk about?
Clueless. That's all I'm going to say. He's completely clueless. He thinks it's a celebration, but it really isn't. It's just a smothering of egos of allowing the big companies to still push out their thing and their agendas and everything, and he gives it all a thing. And there's way too many adverts, Jeff. Too many, man. That was a load of bollocks. Piss off of all that crap. It's like an hour of adverts. I'm just like, oh my god.
Of adverts. I remember being able to take a lot of breaks while I was watching it.
Like, yeah, no, it just doesn't work for me.
Should we run down the awards and the winners?
Go on.
I want to do that before the trailers because I actually want to celebrate some stuff.
Yeah, go for it.
Anyone remember what they predicted last week?
Oh, please say you wrote it down.
I was busy hosting the podcast.
I said It Takes Two would win Game of the Year.
I think you might be the only person on the internet who predicted that because Twitter was very, very bemused immediately following that.
I know I was wrong with game director. I said It Takes Two.
Well, let's just one thing at a time. Like, It Takes Two won Game of the Year.
Not surprising. It is take like I've said on many occasions when it comes to this game. Take the story part out of it. The game is brilliant.
I'm going to remind you said that in a lot of reviews going forward. Take the story part out of it.
No, but I'm rational enough to know that. No, I'm rational enough to know that the story is also an important element to it. I don't deny that, Amy. What I'm saying, I have my developer head on here when I say this. When it comes to like innovation in its mechanicals and what it does to keep the game fresh, it does an amazing job because every level is completely different and new. You don't do the same old thing over and over and over again. Sadly, yes, the story is a slap in the face of for me and Amy and everything, and it knocked it down for us. There's no doubt about that. But I'm not surprised it won Game of the Year. It's Joseph Fares, man. He was gonna win it. He was gonna win one eventually, especially at the Game Awards. I mean, he's famous at the Game Awards. He might not win it at the BAFTAs or
to be fair,
the rest.
To be fair, I don't think so. But to be fair, I should have used that logic on Game of the Year because I did use it on another category that I got right, which we'll get into later. Best game direction was Deathloop. So like my predictions are flipped based on what I predicted versus what actually happened, because I always thought Deathloop was Game of the Year and It Takes Two is best game direction. So, oops.
I can't remember what I would have picked for narrative.
It's fine. I got some real left field swingers, but of the ones I can remember. But yeah, like Deathloop for best game direction. Like, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna comment on this very little because I got it all off my chest last week, and it's like I said what I needed to say about some of these. Best narrative, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and accepting the award for most out of left field prediction that Amy got right is Amy.
Yeah, I think I went for.
I think I went for Ratchet, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
You went for Life is Strange, Moody.
Oh yes, I did. Yeah. I forgot Life is Strange was part of that.
Don't worry, Jeff Keighley forgot Life is Strange was part of the game industry.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah.
I won't lie, though. Shout out to the team though. They were so happy that they won that game for won an award there and everything. And
shout out to all of them. Let's celebrate the game, the developers who made all of this possible.
Yeah, like there's some amazing games here and deserve a lot of shout out. And I'm really happy for all of them. Like there was some surprises. Like I was very surprised. I won't get into who wins it, but I was very surprised who won indie debut.
I'm not.
Me too.
That's who I chose.
I was personally. For me, I was.
Best score of music was Nier Replicant, which cool. Like I said last week, it was my favorite soundtrack of the ones that were on the list. I'm really glad it wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy because Guardians of the Galaxy was a licensed soundtrack.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was the only one that was really like you think about, but they actually created music for the game I'm not saying like other ones didn't do it, but like Guardians was all licensed music.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, I think, was never going to get enough. I was surprised it got nominated, for God's sake, so it was never going to win. And yeah, it's like, but congratulations to New Replicant. Like, going off what you tell me about it, Amy, like you reviewed it ages ago and you really enjoyed it, and one of your standouts was the score, so
Definitely.
After the podcasts last week, I actually went and listened to some of the music from New Replicant, and it is amazing. It really
Hell yeah. I'll give you a list after we're done, Alfie. I'll send you a list of like the coolest soundtracks from 2021.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to a bunch of them yesterday. So, best audio design, Forza Horizon 5.
I'm pretty sure I picked that one.
Cars go brr. I believe was my statement last week. Best performance, Maggie Robertson as Lady Dimitrescu. Because she's a vampire mommy.
Yeah, she's the one that everyone remembers throughout the year, still to this day.
Not faulting her for her performance, because she was fantastic in the game. But I feel like a part of this award comes from everybody remembers the vampire mommy. Everybody remembers the thing that happened at the beginning of the year when Capcom showed it off for the first time, and everybody was like, holy shit, who's that? Step on me, please. It's an invitation, by the way. Step on me. You can do it. Also, that dress was incredible. Thank you. Thank you for that.
She looked fabulous. There's no doubt about it.
That was a gift from her to me.
In my heart, it should have been Alex from Life is Strange, but no, Maggie Robinson was well deserving for the win as well.
They all were, yeah. Like I said, I would have picked Colt from Deathloop, but we talked about that in a review. Games for Impact, Life is Strange True Colors.
Yeah,
it was the only one the majority of the people who voted played. So,
probably, yeah, no doubt about it. But like I said, I'm really happy that they won an award. It's my favorite game of the year. I'm so happy for the team. They have done an amazing thing, and to see what they're working on next. Oh, give me.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little while. We did best ongoing game, which was Final Fantasy 14. Makes sense.
I said that. Yeah, it makes sense with all the hype.
It was lighting up Twitter as the Game Awards was happening.
Yeah.
Best indie game, Kena Bridge of Spirits.
The one I chose.
Well played, Errol. You showed me and Rudy what's up.
Yeah. I literally thought it was going to be
Death's Door.
Death's Door, yeah. It's the one that had all the hype, but I'm not saying Kena is apparently a great game. I hear great things about it, but I never heard any hype for it when it was leading up to it. When Death's Door landed, it was just like, you must play this game.
Boom.
And
this is all you're going to be reading
around. And it's still around now, and I was just like, because it's like coming out on other things, so
coming out on
like
Xbox and Switch.
So I was very surprised by it. No offense to Kena, I intend to play it. So, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on my list. It's on sale right now. It's part of the Game Awards sale. I've been trying not to hit that buy button, but I don't know how strong I truly am. Blah 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 blah. We didn't do that. Innovation and accessibility was won by Forza Horizon 5.
We all said it was probably going to win it.
Yeah.
Not the Veil, not the one that you can play even if you're completely blind.
Yeah,
Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah, but no, I have to restate what we all said last week. It's got some amazing accessibility. So it is well deserving of the award. I will always stand by what everyone else is saying. What we're all saying. You got a game called The Veil where you literally play it blind, and yet somehow you can complete that game.
Yeah.
And you can complete the game, and it's a fun RPG with a cool story and some fun combat mechanics. Yeah, combat mechanics. Yeah. Combat mechanics. But you didn't nominate it for audio design.
Yeah.
No. Best action game was Returnal. Fair play.
Yeah.
Housemarque really changed up their formula, and made a game that a lot of people really liked.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You were very mixed on it.
It was I had a love-hate relationship.
Really,
with it.
Yeah, you were very Marmite with it, weren't you? Either I loved it or I hated it.
But it was both. I loved it and hated it.
Yeah. It was an abusive relationship for a while.
It was a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think any of us picked Returnal, did we?
No.
Well, I think I picked Far Cry 6. I think it's going to be Far Cry, isn't it?
I picked Deathloop. Best action adventure game, Metroid Dread.
Yeah, I don't think I picked that either. Yeah, so
I'd love
shout
to
out
see
to
it.
Metroid.
Shout out to Nintendo
Yeah.
for winning an award. They didn't win the best Nintendo award this year. Best RPG, Tales of Arise, which I called. Best family game was It Takes Two.
Only a two-player game.
It's not a family-friendly game, guys.
It's not as well.
It's not a
It looks
family-friendly
cute, but It's
game.
not a family-friendly game, no.
How did this get nominated in this category?
Well, because they look, oh, that looks cute. That'll make a good family game.
That's the thing about it, yeah, because of its art style and everything like that. If you take, like I said, they literally just forgot about the story. They just said, "Oh no, this story is not family friendly."
They showed it in something in the hype trailer. I think it was before the show started. They literally showed parts of that scene, and I was like having flashbacks to when me and you had played it. And I had to stop the stream and end the stream because I just didn't feel comfortable. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is this why is this bit in the trailer for the Game Awards? Like, what a great year it's been. Have some trauma. I mean, that is the theme of 2021, I guess, but
Oh, yeah.
hey ho. Best sports / racing game was Forza Horizon 5. Best sim / strategy game was Age of Empires 4.
Called it.
You did?
Yep.
Best multiplayer game was It Takes Two. Called that. That's the one everybody played. Most anticipated game, Elden Ring, baby.
Of course it was. Of course it was going to be. Man.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knew it. Like, I think Horizon were like, well, we got to get remembered here. So like they thrown out little snippets of the game and everything of the last couple of weeks. But then it was like, I don't think I've heard like people who do PlayStation podcasts, like our good friends like Kyle and Joseph and everything. Like they were like, oh my god, this looks great. But then I'm like, I'm not seeing any hype for this right now. Everyone's talking about Elden.
Horizon's not breaking through that well, is it? I mean, when it comes out, I'm sure it'll have the spotlight for a week because it comes out the week before Elden Ring and it's a PlayStation exclusive. But like at the moment, it's not breaking through at all. It's really strange.
I'm not gonna lie, like the PlayStations are gonna buy it and everything like that. But if I was them, I was like, maybe get out of the way of Elden Ring.
Run.
Like this, like maybe move it up a week to give yourself that 2-week gap and everything. But
yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's very strange.
Especially with the hype for Horizon and everything. Like Horizon, the first one, everyone was so hyped because obviously it was a new IP and everything, and everyone was like,
robot
and it's
dinosaurs
a great game.
with a bow and arrow.
Robot dinosaurs. Like, just give me that. Just put it into my veins. And this one looks. Like when I've seen it, I'm just like, this looks incredible. It really does look like a lot of fun. But for some reason, everyone's just like, but Elden Ring.
But Elden Ring.
Yeah.
We like this.
To be fair.
Yeah.
But
that's
love
me.
It's Elden Ring.
That is literally me. It's like, this is nice.
I like this. But Elden Ring.
But Elden Ring.
This is £1 million. But Elden Ring.
But Elden Ring. Would you rather have £1 million or play Elden Ring right now?
I think Elden Ring would actually win with you.
It might. It might. That's what I'll say. But with £1 million,
you could do a lot.
I could do a lot.
You could buy a scaled PlayStation 5 for me.
I'd buy a scaled PlayStation 5. I'd buy PlayStation 5s for everybody if I had £1 million. I'd do a lot of things with £1 million. But yeah, the last one I want to talk about, Player's Voice. So this was the one that was voted on by people, not the panel. Player's Voice game of the year was Halo Infinite. By quite some margin, as it turned out.
What a surprise. Now, I have to ask this question because I think Halo Infinite's going to be completely forgotten about next year when it comes to the Game Awards.
Yeah, with the games that are coming out next year, I'd agree. Yeah.
If this came out on time for the Game Awards,
do you think this it would have been nominated for Game of the Year for sure?
Yeah.
It
is. Do you think it would have won?
I don't know. Maybe. I think it would have a really strong chance of winning if it had been nominated this year.
It's gonna be fast.
we'll obviously talk more about it when I review the game, and I'm not finished the game yet. So,
you're gonna have to hold off the review because I want to play it before that.
Don't worry about that. I am 100% in that world. So you don't have to worry about it. I haven't finished the campaign, no. When I say I've played 20 plus hours of it, really, I've been collecting everything.
Good God, Amy.
Methodically making my way through this world.
You're crazy.
I'm not. Well, I am,
Well,
but we'll talk about that.
Even more.
We'll talk about that. This is some game. That's what I'll say. This is some game.
What's the review?
That's the review. It's some game.
This is some game.
Take that in any context you want, everyone.
I'm used to being taken out of context. So those were the awards, and those were the winners. Those were some of the awards and some of the winners. Those are the ones that we talked about last week. There were others. I think we just spent longer on the awards than the Game Awards did.
I won't lie, there's no doubt about that. I know, last week we may have come across thinking, why are all these games nominated? There's been so many other games that should be nominated and everything like that, and you should be championing more than just these AAA games all the time.
These 12 games over and over again.
Yeah, well, like I said, at the same time, a lot of hard-working developers did create these games, and a lot of people do love these games.
Yeah,
they may not have been all for us. Yeah. They may not have all been for us or anything like that, but congratulations to all the winners and everything. Jeff Keighley, you still need to do better, and still fuck Activision and
Ubisoft. Fuck you guys. Fuck the Oscars, but fuck Activision, Blizzard, and Ubisoft, and Riot Games, and Quantic Dream. There we go.
Yeah.
I did it. I did the thing. Should we talk about some things the other things that happened at the Game Awards? I'm not going to talk about literally everything because a lot of it was not for me.
So the trailers and the reveals and whatnot. Does anyone have anything that they want to talk about?
I haven't actually seen them yet, so.
Okay, that's good.
You and me.
All right, let's just have a bit more. Let's make things a bit more intimate. Really, just me and you.
Okay.
Anything
shout out to my standout. I don't actually have a standout.
All right, what slightly leans forward in its chair? Didn't stand up.
Hellblade 2.
You thought it was going to stand up.
Hellblade 2. I think that looked.
That was cool.
Sexy as hell. That was very cool. Well, I was literally watching. I was like, so this is Sasuna versus Attack on Titan.
Yeah, right. I mean, it looks really cool. And
Omni gear. You need your Omni gear to get behind the nip.
I love the original Hellblade, and Hellblade 2 looked really cool and stuff. But I was just like, he's just trying to have a nap. Leave him alone.
No, I was literally thinking that.
I was feeling sorry for the giant. I was like, stop trying to set him on fire. What are you doing? Just let him have a nap.
Yeah,
I wish I could sleep right now.
But it just shows that it does look as visually stunning when they revealed it.
Yes,
it's
the same area as well, like that from the reveal. I noticed.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Less terrifying soundtrack. That was a great trailer. Yes,
staring at you. Why are you looking into my soul right now?
Why are you doing this at 3 o'clock in the morning, Game Awards?
Mine was just at 8 o'clock in the morning for me when I saw that. But shout out. The game looks brilliant. Tells you everything. Not even a release window. Not even a year. That's 2023, people. That ain't coming. Everyone thinks that's coming next year. Oh, that ain't.
It ain't. They had nothing on the end of it.
At all.
I mean, I had to stand out. Everybody knows what that standout was. Alan Wake 2 is happening. Alan Wake 2 confirmed.
I need to play that remake for it so I can see if I see where the hype is, what it is for it. Is it all what it's all about and everything. I'm so happy. I know you've been waiting for the sequel of this fucker for so long.
It's only been 11 years since the first one.
People got the Guardian trailer faster than you. The film game faster than you. Faster than you got.
Yeah.
The Guardian game. So,
The Last Guardian. Yeah.
That's it.
People got Final Fantasy 15 faster than that, but
you might get Final Fantasy Part 2 faster than this.
But don't.
You got Final Fantasy Remake faster than this.
I did. But it's cool. It's gonna be a full-on survival horror game now. They're ditching the action gameplay, which is good because like Control felt amazing, but you can't make Alan Wake play like Jesse.
Control.
Because he doesn't have superpowers.
It said 2024, didn't it?
2023, it said.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, but 2022 next year. That was... Duh!
It's not next year, it's the year after. They'll start ramping it up next year with reveals and trailers and stuff.
We'll see it at E3.
We'll see it at E3.
No doubt.
But it was a surprise and not a surprise. Like, I've been waiting for, as you know, Moody, when we've talked about things like Gamescom and Summer Game Fest and stuff, I've been just waiting for it because I know it's coming. And, But it's still a surprise to actually see it happen. Like, the second Alan Wake started talking, like, the voice actor, I was like, this is Alan Wake. Holy shit, this is actually Alan Wake. It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
Everybody was very happy for me as well, so that was nice.
Shout out to Warner Bros. At long last deciding to use a new superhero, a Wonder Woman game coming. I was like, damn, you're finally doing it. You finally realize you've got a library of comic book heroes that you can play, create a game around. Doesn't have to be all broody on Batman.
Doesn't have to be Batman or Batman and Jason characters. It can be other characters.
When I saw this trailer, I was thinking, nice. Finally, if there was anything that was poised to hype us out of me, poised would have been that. Because I've been screaming like for years, give us something other than something from Gotham, please. Anything
it's
else?
True.
From
it's
Gotham.
true. It's true. I've never seen as much of a look of disappointment on his face as when they revealed 2 new DC games.
And they were all villains from Gotham.
And they were all Gotham characters.
I was just like, why? Why?
No, this is cool.
I know, like I said, I said, like when we actually saw the game for Gotham Knights, I was thinking, God damn, it actually looked good. And I think I admit that. I'm going to play it, like me and you are going to play it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, hopefully. But like I was like, yes, finally. And it's Wonder Woman as well. That's badass.
And it's being developed by, because like this sits, in terms of like hype, this sits in the same place as Wolverine for me, where it's just like, cool, I saw a title screen. Like, it's great that this is happening, but it's now shelved in the back of my brain with the other things that I know nothing about except that they exist. But it's being developed by Monolith, so it's being developed by the Shadow War guys. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, yeah, that's a really good fit for the character of Wonder Woman based on the gameplay of the Shadow series.
Yeah, it could be something good. There's no stupid. I mean, thing like you did
they did completely self-destruct the entire series with loot boxes a few years ago. So like, let's hope they've learned their lesson.
Yeah. I have to shout it out, but just because, like, screw the company and everything like that. But I am a mark for Star Wars. Star Wars Eclipse did look, it's a trailer and everything, but I am a fan of Star Wars, and this is something from the High Republic, the new era that Disney and Lucasfilm are trying to build out and everything. And I'm looking forward to this. I won't lie. Like, screw the company and everything, but like, I am a fan of Star Wars.
I was.
That's how you do it, Jeff. You can celebrate and still call someone out.
Can I talk about Slitterhead yet?
No.
Well, tough. I'm doing it anyway. The creator of Silent Hill is making a horror game. It looks fucking ridiculous. I mean, like, it was the one that was the really, really wild trailer with the woman in the alley, and then she went.
You're a little bit tempted, thinking, "Oh God, that's actually Silent Hill."
Yes, I was not alone because Jeff Keighley introduced it by going, "It's the creator of Silent Hill's next game," and then the first fucking words that came up on the screen included the words Silent Hill, and the internet held its breath.
Then they all held their breath and just died and forgot to release.
Yeah, it was a cool trailer though. Like, I really enjoyed the trailer, and I'm down for like weird Japanese horror.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't grasp me. I was just like, okay.
But what's your affinity for weird Japanese horror?
I don't think I really have a weird affinity to it, so I'm not really sure. Like, yeah, I'll probably give it a try when it comes out and everything, and it could be really fun. Shout out to Somerville. That trailer extended a lot bigger than the last one was, and we were hyped just from the trailer from that one. And I saw this, I was thinking, yes, like, just stick this into my veins. This game looks awesome. It really does. and I can't wait for Somerville. Like it looked really, really good, and I'm looking forward to that.
We will let you talk later in a bit, April. Don't worry. It's not awkward. Again, shout out for Forspoken, which has got a release date now. It's coming out in May 2022, and that trailer was cool. Every like Forspoken's doing it right. So like with Horizon, right? There was a trailer, a thing at the Game Awards, and I saw it, and I was like, just give me the game. Like I've hit that threshold of I've seen enough. You're only showing me the same things over and over again. I don't need to see any more. Just give me the game. I don't care. For every time I've seen Forspoken, like it's like building up my excitement for the game. And I liked the trailer that I saw at the Game Awards a lot. I liked it because and also had a release date.
Like if it's literally going with the thing of like she is a person not of this world, and she literally you can see she's not from there, and she literally sticks out like a sore thumb, then they work really well on that, because it's just like you can literally see she's not from this world, and everyone else is like in a different clothes and everything for that era, and she's just like not from that, and she looks so out of place, and they're doing a really good work, a really good job for that. So yeah, I enjoyed the trailer. I won't lie. Don't need to bring out the celebrities to talk about it. Just like throw the trailer up though.
I mean, they were in the game at least.
Okay. Don't need to bring them up.
Like at least there was some tangential link between them and the game.
Shout out Plague's Tale Requiem.
Oh yeah,
I love the first game. That was a cracking game. So I am looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with this
Hell
one.
Yeah. There's combat in this, which is a crossbow.
Yeah. And I think we would be very amiss if we did not talk about Among Us VR.
I think, yeah. Let's bring Alfie into the room.
Yeah.
Everybody out of a soundproof booth. Come on down. Among Us in VR.
Oh my god.
You gonna play it?
Yes.
It's going to be interesting, no doubt about it. It was like, when I saw this, I was thinking, wow.
Wow.
Like, wow.
That's not what I expected. I was expecting something.
Yeah.
But
I
not
was just
that.
expecting like a new map or something.
Yeah,
but
like
no, it was like
more
VR.
roles or a new map.
VR.
And they were like, it's in VR.
I'll have to dust off my VR headset.
I'm gonna. Oh, are you gonna play it in VR as well?
I might give it a try. I might have to give it a try.
It'll be on the Quest. Yeah, it's on the Quest.
Yeah.
It's on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I have to give it a try.
I'm gonna try my best to jump scare the both of you.
God, that'd be amazing.
I only have two other games for me. One is obviously what we talked about, and that was what we've mentioned already, The Expanse.
Yeah.
Deck 9. That was
Deck 9.
Deck 9 and Telltale.
It still feels weird with the Telltale thing, where it's like, okay.
No doubt about it. I agree with you there, but Kraken Cat they picked to be the main here.
Yes.
He's absolutely awesome. And it's like when I think about it, I'm thinking, of course they would make a game from it, and of course they would release it, reveal it the night before the first episode of the final seasons come out. So it's like it's perfect timing. But yeah, like well done to them. Like they kept that very silent, and
they did.
And finally, a new different Star Trek game. Holy moly! I was like, wait, what? There's something that's not on Star Trek Online, even though I do enjoy that. Just fly around my ship and pew 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 it. Forget the combat thing. Just like no third person combat. No, thank you. That's really really bad. Just fly around your ship. But no, yeah, I was like, wow, okay, this could be something intriguing. Yeah,
I agree. It's a Telltale. It's from Telltale developer, like former Telltale developers. And I said years and years ago with Keith on a podcast once when we were talking about like games we wanted to see Telltale make that like they'd be perfect for Star Trek. And it never happened. But now some of the former developers are making a Star Trek game. I'm low-key kind of excited, even though I think it might disappoint me. Because it's not an RPG. It's never an RPG. It's never been an RPG. How has Star Trek never been an RPG? We've already had this discussion.
We really have. We literally have talked about it. I think we talked about it on our unreleased Mass Effect review.
Probably. It will forever be unreleased. Now it's just going to be something we reference, like a meta joke for it till the end of time. And then 10 years from now, I'll finally release it. The unedited footage. Oh dear, what else was that? Let's have a look. Warhammer Space Marine 2. So Warhammer Space Marine was a game that came out 10 years ago on Xbox 360.
Sweet.
That me and Keith played separately because it's a single player game, but we played it at the same time over voice chat on Xbox. And literally the only thing I can remember from that game is the story was really funny. Because there was some interesting logical leaps that happened and we were laughing about it. But also like you hear for every orc is a Cockney in the game. And so every 10 seconds all you hear is Spice Marine, and it's the thing that me and Keith shout at each other all the time. Still 10 years later, it's something that we'll shout at each other. And they're making a sequel. What the fuck? That was, if you want to talk like surprises, there being a Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 was
Wow.
probably up there as like the biggest surprise. What else did I like? I liked the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Liked and didn't like. Liked that we saw it. Looks fun. It's a third-person shooter all the way down. When I saw King Shark with a machine gun, I was like, "Oh no!" Why does why have they given King Shark a gun? Oh, because it's going to be a third-person shooter. Ah, okay. Because like, King Shark, giant shark man,
Yeah.
doesn't need a machine gun. Captain Boomerang. Guess what he has? doesn't need a gun. No, he has Boomerang. But I like the humor. I liked the fact that Captain Boomerang was just talking absolute shit at the Flash the entire trailer.
Yeah, I wasn't like overly impressed with it personally. I was just like, it's literally just coming across now more a generic game.
Yeah,
just out there. It's coming across more and more like that over and over. And I'm just like, the only thing people are gonna, I'm gonna sound really mean when I say this here, but it's gonna come across. But I'm just gonna say it. It's a game that I think is gonna get a lot of love and hype, and it's gonna get and people are gonna love it, but they're gonna love it for a specific reason, and they're gonna love
Harley
it because
Quinn's in it.
Because of the cast. I think the cast have been and the writing. I think people are gonna praise that. And they're just going to shout out everything else is awesome and everything. And then when you eventually actually play it, we're going to be like, all right, the cast are really good. They can't deny that. And the story's not that bad either. Wow, this gameplay is very generic and over the top and boring.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was talking about. It's like, it doesn't fill me with confidence for the gameplay. Like, from the first trailer, when we talked about the very first trailer for this game, I fucking loved it. I thought the writing and the humor was absolutely spot on. And then this one, I thought the writing and the humor is very spot on. Like I say, like Captain Boomerang talking shit on the Flash for the entire trailer. I was just like, I was laughing a lot, but my brain was also engaged enough to be like, this gameplay doesn't look great though. So I am a bit worried about the fact that it's a game and not like if it was an animated movie, brilliant, it looks amazing, but it's also a game, and I'm a bit worried about the gameplay. But we'll find out. Me and Moody will find out in 2022. When it says it's coming out.
2023, that man. For me, they would be stupid to release two Gotham
Goth
characters.
Games. We need more Goth games.
From games. Gotham characters from the same in the same year. I think they'll be stupid if they do that. One will literally crush the other, and the one that will crush the other is Suicide Squad will crush the other one, and everyone will forget about it.
Okay, I've got two more that I want to mention. I've got three more that I want to mention, but very quickly I want to mention the Thirsty Shooters, because the tagline was amazing, where it's like, battle your exes, disappoint your parents. And I was like, this is the best tagline I've ever seen for a video game. I don't know what the game is about. I've seen the trailer, and I'm just like, what kind of game is this? And I've watched the trailer and gone, what kind of game is this? Not because they didn't show the gameplay, but because I watched it, and I was like, I still don't get it. But I'm here for the energy, and I'm here for the sense of humor. Perfect. cheer, which is on mine and Moody's, like, we're going to do a most anticipated games of 2022, and it's going to be high up on there for both of us because it was like the one standout game at the PlayStation Showcase where we both went, "Ooh, that's nice." The one game that wasn't violent, and then they had a trailer and it looked great.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, play ukulele, turn into a tortoise. Yeah, that game. Sail around on a boat as well.
Nice.
And the last one is fuck you for teasing me with Final Fantasy VII remake stuff. Jeff Keighley's little introduction. Oh, you didn't see this coming. And then Final Fantasy VII remake starts happening, and I'm like, holy shit, is this part 2? No, it's coming out on PC. Fucking great. Thanks, Jeff. What the fuck? Why did you set it up like that, you fucking bastard? I still hold a grudge of Sean Layden about Crash Bandicoot. I'm going to hold this grudge for a very long time. Still no Xbox release. Just want to point that out.
No, I was actually expecting it to say coming to Xbox.
Game Pass.
And I was thinking, and then everyone, Game Pass, yeah. And I was just thinking, wait, no, everyone actually thought they were going to get it eventually. So Jeff, we did see this coming.
I mean, it was always coming to PC.
I know, yeah. So we kind of did see that coming as well. So
yeah, this specifically,
stupid,
yeah, we knew this was going to happen.
I think Jeff thinks we're mugs sometimes. I think he just thinks that the game industry fans are just mugs.
I think he does. Lastly, as well, the PC Game Pass advert was funny and it made me chuckle. When the guy
changed the name.
They changed the name to PC Game Pass. Yeah, it was the guy because they had the two rappers, and that was really funny. But I really did like the part where it was like, "So we're thinking we're just going to leak this," and then the guy takes the photo of it, and he's like, "I've already tweeted it." He literally tweeted it. So like we went on Twitter and like as it was happening on the Game Awards thing, he literally tweeted what the picture that he took in the trailer, and I was like, I'm impressed with that level of commitment to the bit.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to them.
Xbox just killing it right now, and I'm here for it. I love it. So we've talked a lot about the Game Awards. We're going to take an intermission before we talk about the news because I'm gonna offer overall the chance to say anything, to get a voice going again. So you can speak about anything you want for the next 30 seconds.
Make it a minute.
Make it a minute. Moody's going to the toilet.
Make it a minute.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know now.
Literally anything. What could you?
I've got somebody who does want to talk.
Ah, hello. Can we get a Jasper appearance on the podcast? We can get a Jasper intermission. I'm gonna literally put that as the timestamp, by the way.
Oh,
it's gonna be the Jasper intermission, and like I'm gonna get so many views now because there's a cute dog in the podcast.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Jasper. Welcome to the podcast. Can you say "fuck Activision Blizzard"?
Fuck Activision Blizzard.
Yes. I'm gonna Doug to say "fuck Activision Blizzard." This is the best podcast of my life.
There we go.
Hello. Looks terrified. He looks terrified.
He always does.
Just like, what the fuck?
Cabinet King Charles standard.
I don't want to be an internet celebrity. Oh, hello. This is awesome. This podcast is getting better and better. I love it. I don't know what's happening. We're apparently when you can be quiet. I don't know. I can't really be quiet. This is a podcast. That's not how podcasts work, unfortunately.
Those are my fingers. You don't need to chew them. Good boy. Go on, Danny.
Bye, Jasper. It was lovely to see you. I can see Moody's reflection in the alien picture.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what's happening.
No.
It's Sophia just coming in. Sophia doesn't want to come in for this half of the podcast. This is the bad half of the podcast. This is the depressing half of the podcast.
Depressing half. Yeah, it is rather, isn't it?
I don't think she knows I don't edit this. Like that's literally in the podcast now.
My mum certainly doesn't when she comes in. She doesn't.
Like, that's definitely in the podcast now. I don't think
Yeah.
Moody realizes what I meant by Avril speak for whatever you want. That's literally going to be part of the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think Moody understood that.
No, I don't think he
Which
did.
is going to be awkward for both of them when the podcast has gone live on Monday.
And they see this? Yep.
But I don't know if either of them will see this, but I will point it out to them if they don't mention it, where it's like, hey guys, we didn't stop recording. And we can see you, Daffy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's mention nothing.
Oh, yep.
Oh, it is Moody this time. That's good.
It is, yes.
And
Hello.
I was going to say and we're back, but we never went, so.
Yeah, true. He's back.
He's back.
Hello.
Hello. That was an interesting couple of minutes.
Yep. We had a Jasper intermission.
We had a few intermissions. We had some very weird surprise guest appearances.
He wants to become famous.
Oh, you should just tell her to come on the podcast. Did you tell her I'm trying to do an all-girl episode next year?
You can tell her that if you want me to.
285 episodes. There's always been a dude here. I realized last night when I was scouting for potential co-hosts.
Oh, I'm really sorry that I am a dude.
Yeah, can we do something about that? Is there anything we can do about that? Or
No.
I'm joking. I love you just the way you are, matey. But we definitely need that. Yes. Oh shit! I just read what was next. So, is everybody ready for the next part of the podcast?
Yeah.
Great. I'm not. Bungie CEO apologizes after damning report exposes a culture of overt sexism at the studio. This is from Vicky Blake over at Eurogamer. He writes, Bungie CEO Pete Parsons has apologized after a report alleged multiple instances of sexism and workplace toxicity at the studio. IGN's report, which is by Rebecca Valentine, you should go and read the full report. It's very well written. IGN's report into alleged issues with Bungie's narrative team detailed, quote, overt sexism, boys club culture, crunch and HR protection of abusers, as well as more complex stories of microaggression, systemic inequalities, and difficulties in being heard, end quote. Though the studio recognised its shortcomings and publicly committed to making improvements back in September, the statement from Pete Parsons apologised to all staff who have, quote, experienced anything less than a safe, fair, and professional working environment at Bungie, end quote. He also acknowledged that the progress the team has made today is not enough and, quote, does not sweep away the bad experiences people have had at our studio. I want to apologise to anyone who has ever experienced anything less than a safe, fair, and professional working environment at Bungie. I'm not here to refute or to challenge the experiences we're seeing shared today by people who have graced our studio with their time and talent. Our actions, or in some cases, inactions, cause these people pain. I apologise personally and on behalf of everyone at Bungie who I know feels a deep sense of empathy and sadness reading through these accounts, end quote. Parsons goes on to list a number of changes Bungie has made over the last several years, which include removing, quote, bad actors, end quote, better planning and more reasonable release dates, and a renewed commitment to stronger inclusion, diversity, and equity. Quote, as CEO, it is my job to factor both the past and the future and be accountable for all of it here and now. Speaking with the team at Bungie, reading the stories, and seeing both known and newly surfaced accounts, it is clear we still have work ahead of us. I am committed to it. We are not yet the studio we have the potential to become, but we are on our way, and we will not rest or slow these efforts because we recognize that the journey of inclusivity, diversity, and equity is in itself the destination we all strive towards. This is critical to achieving our vision and fulfilling the potential of the welcoming, equitable home of creative and technical excellence Bungie should be, end quote. No, like dominoes started falling over this year.
Yeah.
Oh, we always said that another big one was going to come out.
This
of it.
is, I mean, this is what systemic means. When me and Moody have been talking about the fact that this is systemic, what we mean is it's systemic, which means it's throughout the entire industry. So this was always going to come out again about someone else. Sorry, Moody, go on for it.
No. This is a thing that needs to stop in all culture and in games and everything. Like, it's really, really shitty that it happens in anywhere out there. I'm disappointed for anyone who's a fan of Bungie and everything like that. Like, and I do hope they are able to sort this shit and get it all sorted. Maybe you shouldn't have worked with Activision because obviously you've took some of their things with you.
Oh snap! Burn, baby!
That was just off the top of my head. That was off the top of my head. That.
Boom!
Yeah, it sucks, man. I hate seeing this. I hate to hear about it.
Yeah.
But unlike everyone else, we won't bury our heads in the sand and we will talk about it. Bungie, you can do better. We know you can do better. Get your shit together and get this shit sorted. As soon as you do that, as soon as we can praise you for game as a game developer again, because we want to do that.
Parsons is completely right what he said there, and the buck basically starts and ends with him.
Imagine a CEO taking responsibility for the things that happen at the company he runs. Imagine.
Yeah. It's if they can take the bull by the horns, basically, then I think at least he actually sounds like he's aware and is ready to take action on it.
Yeah, I'll give them two things here. Number one, this is a good response. This is how you respond to this. This is not how Activision responded, how Ubisoft responded, how Riot responded, how any of them have responded. Like, this is a better response than I've seen from anyone. Number two, the things that he's talking about to start the change at the culture at the company started months ago.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Yeah. Yes. They already knew this was going to happen, and I think they knew this was going to come out.
Not
so
just
it's good
months,
to hear things are changing.
Like, I'm not naive into thinking that this might be what caused, because Rebecca's obviously been working on this for a while, and it's possible she contacted Bungie months ago. This may, in fact, that contact may in fact be what caused Bungie to start. But the fact that they didn't wait until the article came out, they started months ago to start changing things, because we talked about it months ago.
Let's shout out to IGN doing some reporting, releasing an article about toxic culture. But it's, of course, it's from the person who we all knew it was going to be from as well, Rebecca.
I am going to be honest. I clicked. I saw it come up. It was an IGN thing, and I clicked it, and I read it. It's a hard read. They're all hard reads, but like I didn't have to scroll back up to know who wrote it. Like, I was like, there's only one person who works at IGN who would have wrote this. And it turns out, I was right. It's Rebecca Valentine. She is a treasure. She's a national treasure. She's an international treasure because she's in America. And we're in the UK. She's an international treasure who must be protected at all costs, and she's done a fantastic job here. I highly recommend you go and read the full report that she's put together. She spoke to 26 former and current employees of Bungie to put together an account of some pretty sickening stuff that stretches all the way back to the Halo days. So it's like it's not just like a recent thing. It's been going on for a while. I
feel like I have to state one thing though. Like, the CEO, yes, you saying the book stops here and everything like that, but you're the boss. You should have already known this was happening, as you didn't. And I've said this to the other one, so it's only fair. You maybe should step down. Not maybe, probably should step down from CEO. Like, you can put into places, put in stuff that you apparently have put in to change things up and change the work culture and everything like that. But you probably should step down and get someone else on to take over from it and continue with that, because like,
if it's happened under your command, so to speak,
under your watch, under your command and everything. But it's also, he doesn't sound like he's a bad guy. We know the other ones who are CEOs are absolute trash people and kind of like just get out of the industry altogether. So it's like, he wants this to change, so maybe we should give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not really sure, but I just feel like I should say this. Like, we've said it to every other CEO, we should say it for this guy as well, maybe. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If he comes out, if it all has truly changed, and we hear amazing things in, like, say, the next year or something, and the whole thing's completely changing out, I'll come out and say, "Yep, I was wrong. You stood your course. You fixed it. Well done to you, sir," and all like that. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to be screaming at you and saying, "Get the fuck out of that company! Then leave now, or forever hold your peace." Or end for yeah. You look like you want to say something, Gaming.
I mean, I was mid-sentence.
I'm so sorry. I apologize. I put it in.
That's okay. As I was saying, there's a longer report which I'll put in the links in the description of the podcast and the video. You should check it out, because as much as I hate reading this stuff and I hate seeing the terrible experiences that so many people have gone through at these development studios, I think getting the stories out is really important. And it's at this point, what I'm hoping is it's a wider reckoning throughout the games industry to really start to try and get things fixed. Because, and this applies to everything in the whole world, but we're a video game podcast, so we focus on video games, but no one should have to experience anything like this at the place that they go to work. Like Pete Parsons says in his statement, work should be a fair place, and it should be a safe place, and it should be an equitable place for everybody that works there. And I'll praise Bungie and Pete Parsons' response now, because I think it's okay. I'm not going to say good. I think it's an okay response. It's a better response than we've seen from any other company so far. But Mooney's absolutely correct, where it's like, we're going to be watching this and keeping an eye on this, because talk is cheap. And it's like, do you back that talk up with actual meaningful change? Because we saw Ubisoft respond really poorly to it, but also pledge to do a bunch of stuff, and then we found out they didn't do any of that stuff from the employees that still work there, and here we are now. So we'll be watching this.
Talk is cheap, but actions matter.
That's what she's... Wait, no, I can't say that. No. The Office ruined that sentence forever. What she said is factually correct. I got you. So yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on that, but I'm encouraged, mildly. When people say I'm cynical, I'm not cynical. I want to believe, it's just that I've been given many reasons not to.
Yeah, I agree there. We have been given many reasons not to believe the changes would work.
Oh, yeah. But hopefully this time something actually does. Change is sparked, and not by things like, I don't know, employee walkouts and strikes. Oh, speaking of employee walkouts and strikes, let's move on to the next story. Activision Blizzard Workers Group announces strike fund begins unionization effort. This is from Nicole Carpenter over at Polygon. He writes, a group of Activision Blizzard workers officially announced a strike fund Thursday morning following 2 days of walkouts in support of quality assurance employees and a press conference detailing the company's, quote, alleged alcohol-soaked culture of harassment, end quote.
That's a hell of a quote, that, like, alcohol-soaked culture.
Yep. The group, called ABK Workers Alliance, came together in July after California's Department of Fair Employment and Housing filed a lawsuit preceded by a 2-year investigation into the company's alleged, quote, frat boy culture, end quote. Activision Blizzard workers are not officially unionized, which means that the strike initiated Thursday will not have union protections. The group is being assisted by the Communication Workers of America, the Washington Post reported. Employees began signing union cards Thursday in an effort to get the group recognized, according to the report. It's unclear how many workers are participating in the strike, which has been ongoing since Monday. More than 1,700 contracted workers and employees signed a petition in November demanding that CEO Bobby Kotick resign. Management told workers they'll no longer be paid for walking out, according to the Washington Post, which is where the strike fund comes in. In a statement published on GoFundMe, where they're raising money for a strike fund, ABK Workers Alliance leaders said Activision Blizzard leadership has only continued to ignore workers' demands. Quote, these and many other events have caused an alliance of Activision Blizzard employees to initiate a work stoppage until demands are met and worker representation is finally given a place within the company, end quote. The strike fund is approaching $20,000 from more than 300 donations in just over 2 hours. The goal is $1 million. Some QA workers at Activision Blizzard and its subsidiaries have walked out of work each day since Monday in protest of layoffs last week. Activision Blizzard doesn't characterize these job losses as layoffs, however. The company said that these people were temporary contract workers, not employees, and it was not renewing their contracts. Activision Blizzard is in the process of converting 500 temporary jobs to full-time status, the company said, though the group of Raven software QA workers were not part of that initiative. Quote, "We are all disposable at this company. We need to band together or we will never get anywhere. If I lose my job due to unionizing, fine, but I'd rather make this place worth working here," end quote. That was a striking worker talking to Polygon. They're doing the thing, Moody. They're doing the thing you've been telling them to do for weeks. They listen to this podcast.
Yep, there's no doubt about it. Like, I just found this out from my teacher at college. Shout out to you, John.
I'm gonna go and get a drink. Can you two talk for a bit?
I don't want to.
My throat's getting dry. It's all the screaming rain.
But no, like over here in the UK, we don't have a unionization for video games. We have one to help basically protect the companies, which is funny. When I heard that, I was thinking, oh yeah, so that's a good one, isn't it? And protect the companies. But another thing, what I saw earlier this week was Australia have just created, or in the process of creating, a video game unionization company, which is awesome. I hear it's starting in March, and that's fantastic. Activision Blizzard employees, sign that fucking thing up right now and get unionization, because Activision Blizzard, they don't want you to do that, because they know if that happens, they have to protect, they have to make sure you got good working places. Get that signed straight away, because they are scared. Yeah, and they know they are. Like I said ages ago, the developers, you have more power than the CEO of Activision Blizzard, because you make him the money. Yeah, not he doesn't make the money. You make the games. You make him all the money when it comes to the games and everything. So get this thing sorted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go on up.
Just exactly what you were saying. Yeah, an individual isn't much of a threat to a company, even if they strike. But if you're together as a union, you've got power, you've got strength behind you, and they're scared of that. Absolutely get it signed.
No doubt about it.
Yeah,
they're definitely scared of it, as we'll find out in a bit. Unionize, baby. How long have we been banging that drum for, Moody?
I think we got serious in saying it basically in the Activision Blizzard whole thing. I think we've like shouted it out a few times, like when we've reported or talked about the Ubisoft crap. But
so this lipstick is terrible.
Yeah, I think we've like heavily pushed it even harder now since the Activision Blizzard and everything like that. So, but shout out to all of them who are literally walking out on these guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Shout out to them. I'm loving it. And then shout out to like I'm guessing we're gonna be talking about it, but like shout out to the who is it? It's ABK
Workers Alliance.
The alliance, who have created a funding GoFundMe basically to pay
in the description.
Yeah, to pay the workers who are walking out on Bobby Kotick and the Activision Blizzard and everything. Because and I'll say this right now to all the gamers out there, and all the content creators who have ignored this. You may want your games to be played, fine, that's great, but you can still hold the companies accountable and support the developers. If you miss out, or a game is delayed because of this, or your content is delayed because of this, or anything like that, you could have helped this out a lot sooner by supporting the developer a lot sooner. And I don't mean by going out and buying the game, because they don't get paid well at Activision Blizzard, you muppets.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Amy got very angry, very quickly.
I got very angry.
Moody got very angry.
If you want to support the devs, go put some money into that. Go GoFundMe.
Yeah, if you
definitely. If you want to actually support developers, like you keep fucking saying, now is the chance. There's a fund. You can directly support the developers. Hell, you can go one step further than that. You can point all of those followers you've got directly at this GoFundMe. Yeah. Then you will actually directly be doing the thing you claim, I'm going to use the word claim, that you claim you want to do. It's time to put your money and your mouth where your mouth is. I know that's weird, putting your mouth where your mouth is, but they talk a lot. We do too.
They do.
Content creators,
They
we're
do.
supposed to.
Even though I do this, I don't consider myself a content creator. I still do this, even though I'm doing this, I don't.
I call myself a podcaster sometimes. I call myself a game reviewer sometimes. I never call myself a content creator.
I call myself a streamer, but I don't call myself a content creator.
Someone added me to a list on Twitter this past week called game journalists, and I just laughed. I was like, oh no. I am not a game journalist. Sorry. You have come to the wrong place.
Bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fascinated to see how many of these content creators and other people who say they want to support the developers actually now support the developers.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now there's a way.
Well, I'll just reiterate what I said like when you weren't here, Amy. Like we don't have a unionization over here for video games, but we have one to protect the companies, which is really
Yeah,
funny.
of course we do.
But we also, which I'm pretty sure I shared in our Discord,
Capitalism, baby.
was Australia are creating a video game unionization.
Yeah.
It starts in March. That's fantastic. Congratulations to them.
Oh
I
yeah.
know it's deja vu because I've said it twice now, but yeah.
Do you want to say it
Amy
a third
needs to
time
hear
just to
it.
really hammer it?
Unionization. It's beautiful. Do it, Australia.
Do it, everyone.
America.
Do it,
Do it,
everyone.
everyone.
Unionize. It
the
won't
staff.
solve all of your problems, but it will help.
It'll protect you. It'll protect you. I remember my late father. He literally got he got fired by his boss wrongly, and his union got him his job back because he took him to court. Basically, he had a whole thing with it, and he was like, "Yeah." And he went back to the place who got him fired. Who fired him? And I was thinking, and the guy couldn't touch him because he knows he couldn't. It's
He
just
just
because he didn't like
flex
my
on the
dad.
way and just like, it's because that's a ball. I'm gonna say it right now. Maybe that's a baller move, right? Just
No,
show
I think
back
my
up,
dad just walked in naked and just hung out with his wang out.
just swinging. What you gonna do? What are you
What
gonna
are you
do?
gonna do? Yeah.
Just like,
What you
no, you're
doing?
just standing in the middle of. Was it a factory? Did you say?
No. He was a lorry driver.
All right, so like standing in the middle of like the lorry depot, just balls swinging in the wind, just stares directly at the guy. Your move. Your
You
move.
had to tell yourself, do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Legendary. Yeah, that's legendary.
I think there's something about union cards, though, Amy.
I think there is. I don't think we're done talking about unions.
No.
Um,
Activision Blizzard, funnily enough.
I think it was Avril. Someone before said something about Activision Blizzard being scared of this walkout. Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting you mention that because Activision Blizzard says here asks employees not to sign union cards. This is from Brendan Sinclair over at GamesIndustry.biz. He writes, Activision Blizzard says the best way to address its cultural problems is without a union, according to the Washington Post. The outlet reports that the publisher's chief administrative officer, Brian Bullateo, today sent a company-wide email asking employees not to rush into signing union authorization cards that are being distributed by employees working with the Media Labor Union Communication Workers of America. Quote, we ask only that you take time to consider the consequences of your signature on the binding legal document presented to you by the CWA, end quote. If 30% of Activision Blizzard workers sign union authorization cards, the National Labour Relations Board would conduct an election where a majority vote in support of organisation would certify a union for collective bargaining. We've got more from Bulletau. Quote, achieving our workplace culture aspirations will best occur through active, transparent dialogue between leaders and employees that we can act upon quickly. That is the better path than simply signing an electronic form offered to you by the CWA or waiting the outcome of a legally mandated and regulated bargaining process sometime in the future, end quote. Oh, and the strike gun, there's an update on the strike fund on here. It's up to $240,000 when this story was written, so that's good. And I don't need to read the rest of it because it's all a recap of stuff we just talked about. Don't sign the union cards.
Yeah.
You can trust me because I'm a chief executive at Activision Blizzard.
Activision,
I'm panicking.
Activision Blizzard employees, I work in the UK, but can you hand me one of those union cards, please? I'll sign it right now for you. I don't work at Activision, but there, my name is on it. There, boom. I'll get you to that number if you need
This
me
is
to.
this is an award-winning podcaster up here. You won Fantasy Critic. You won OpenCritic head last year, so you're an award winner as far as I'm concerned. Who has words, whose poetic words of justice has been published at places like the Better Ubisoft Twitter account. You can trust this guy. He's a good guy. Some might say he's one of the best. Sorry, that turned into a bit of a stand for Moody diatribe there. You know when you just lose something partway through, so you just start talking? See if you can find it again. I didn't find it again.
You didn't know. Sign those cards.
Sign those
Please.
cards.
Do it now.
Do not trust management. They hired a union-busting law firm to defend them against the lawsuit. This is union-busting 101.
If I remember right, isn't this Brian Balto guy? Wasn't he part of the Trump administration?
Brian Balsack, you say? Let me just look him up. I can't remember how to spell his name. I actually almost literally wrote Balsack.
Yeah, Balsack. Something else might come up.
Bullatow. Brian Joseph Bullatow is an American businessman and former government official. He was in 2017. He was named as Chief Operating Officer of the Central Intelligence Agency by then Agency Director Mike Pompeo. And as we all know, the CIA has never done anything wrong in its entire history.
Not at all. Not at all.
In 2021, he was named Chief Administrative Officer at Activision Blizzard. Ooh, I'll tell you what, there's a picture of him on Wikipedia alongside all of this, and he really does look like, if you disagree with him, he will waterboard you.
We'll have a look at them. We'll look him up now. I don't know. That didn't work. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, we talked about this guy when he got his position, Amy. We both talked about it, and he was literally, he's in the Republic Party, so he's part of Trump. So yeah,
it's almost like the waterboarding comment was a joke, but also a clever reference to a previous story we talked about in March.
He believes unionizing has conspiracies. So does the Republican Party, mate. Have you not seen it? Isn't that your
achieving our work? I'm just looking at his quote. Achieving our workplace culture aspirations will best occur through active, transparent dialogue between leaders and employees. Yeah, that's what the union's for.
Yeah.
So that you can have. You know, active and transparent dialogue. Sorry to break this to you, Mr. Ballsack, if that is your real name.
Definitely going to be called Ballsack.
Can you tell, Avril, that I've been doing this podcast for years and I've been reporting on stories like this for so long, I ran out of fucks to give.
Yeah.
Why
many months ago.
Run, get out of here. Why are you still pure?
You're still innocent. You can still walk away from this.
Walk away.
Okay. Now here's the thing. We're gonna do one more news story, and we're gonna talk about Ubisoft NFTs next week with our very special super secret guest. But we're still going to talk about Ubisoft because they're a shit stain on the games industry as well. Ubisoft management happy with the pace of reforms after workplace harassment reckoning, but employees aren't buying it. This is from Ted Litchfield over at PC Gamer. He writes, in a recent interview with Axios, Ubisoft's chief people officer, Annika Grant, talked up the company's response to its workplace harassment scandal, although some Ubisoft employees remain dissatisfied with the pace of reform. An employee group called A Better Ubisoft, an intentional reference to the A Better ABK group that made demands of Activision Blizzard this summer, says that what they really want and aren't getting is a seat at the table. According to Grant, people lost trust in Ubisoft. Wow, what happened to my voice there? According to Grant, people lost trust in Ubisoft's reporting process when the company failed to communicate the results of its investigations. Yes, Grant, that's why people lost trust in Ubisoft. Quote, that's something right now we are 100% focused on fixing, end quote. This is encouraging language, but is coming on the heels of a largely top-down, opaque process of addressing the controversy. As recently as September, PC Gamer has reported on a better Ubisoft scrutiny of changes in management with the appointment of a new chief creative officer, a high-level position at the centre of Ubisoft's recent controversy, being left to CEO Yves Gilmour and an executive recruitment firm with little input from the employees who initiated the drive for change. Grant also says Ubisoft surpassed its 2023 goal of a 24% female workforce in August, noting that 32% of its hires this year were women.
Slow clap.
Very slow clap.
Wow.
With a little bit of sarcasm in it as well.
Just a little bit. Just a little
tiny-
bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think you've got it there, Mooney. You've got it there. I'm just gonna hold on. I had something. It's lying around somewhere. Oh, here it is. Found it. It's for you, Ubisoft. Look, just for you. Grant's gesture towards centering employees' concerns and future actions, as well as Ubisoft's recent drive to hire more women, are encouraging, but her statements later in the interview undermine her stated goals. One of a better Ubisoft's primary demands is an end to the practice of shuffling managers accused of harassment or mistreatment between Ubisoft studios. Grant outright denied that this practice was ever implemented by the company, but provided no comment when pushed on examples of the practice. Quote, "I'm not going to comment on individual cases," end quote. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of if someone has a party in their flat and then denies that the party has ever happened, while also launching an investigation into the party, and people are resigning because they've been caught laughing about the party. That's what that reminds me of. I don't know. My brain just connected two things there. It was very weird.
All I'm just going to say is just check Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, because something's exploding right now.
I'll check it once I finish reading this. Individuals who raise their grievances to the level of an official Ubisoft investigation are asked by the company to not comment on their experience publicly. The stated reason is, quote, "to protect the integrity of the process and the rights of all those involved," end quote, but it also discourages Ubisoft employees from pursuing what has been the most effective driver for change so far at the company: public outcry and scrutiny. A recent Kotaku report cast serious doubt on the efficacy of Ubisoft's newly implemented internal processes for dealing with workplace abuse. A better Ubisoft has already released a statement expressing dissatisfaction with Grant's assessment of the situation. Quote, "We believe it's the opposite. Ubisoft's top management has very clearly communicated through its actions that they're adamant on keeping full control over decisions concerning safety policy and reports, and about running the new processes as a black box. This black box nature is breeding grounds for abuse. The single points of failure spread across the processes makes them prone to failure and ineffectiveness. We will keep our demands until they are met," end quote. Fucking yeah. Fucking yeah. Sorry. For some reason, that last sentence hypes me up. Fucking get them. Yeah. Fucking keep those demands.
I don't know, like, obviously, what it could take to obviously try and get shit sorted at Ubisoft or anything like that. Like, because I don't know the laws about, because they've got obviously multiple teams in multiple different countries and everything, so like I don't know how it would be, how easy it would be, and what they need to do to unionize like Activision Blizzard staff are trying to do and everything.
Yeah, because they're a French company.
Yeah, and obviously like they're in multiple places. Like we've got one in here in the UK, Reflections, just near us and everything. We've got obviously one in Canada, multiple in like France and one in China and everything. Like they're all, or was it Taiwan? One of them. I think it was China one day. I think they said they've got a company in there. That's what we've just reported on a while back.
Singapore.
Singapore. I was close, kinda, maybe not. But anyway, yeah, it's like I don't know what laws it is there. So if they can try and unionize, go for it. Get this sorted, because they're not going to do anything. They think they're doing something, but they're not. And we know they're not. Like, and what they're doing is literally just token gestures. However, and the worst token gesture was all is that they've literally promoted people who are literally ones who have got abuse and allegations against them, and they
run the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Yeah, they literally run the Assassin's Creed franchise, and it's just absolutely bonkers to think this is happening. So how can, like, the only line that is literally perfect for this thing is what Grant says is people lost trust.
Yeah,
they did.
They have lost trust. trust. They still bought your fucking game. That's what makes it even worse. So they didn't lose enough that trust for you. But yeah, Grant, you gotta get shit done.
People trusted them.
And
Really?
yo, CEO, we're still waiting for you to hand the notice in.
I mean,
and leave.
I will say what I said. More than a year ago, Yves Gilmore, you are either the most incompetent CEO of all time, or you're a huge piece of shit who let all of this happen.
Or
I'm
both.
aware. You need to stand the fuck down.
I said that in 2020.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be this difficult.
No.
And yet it is. Here we are. It's almost 2022.
It's like if I
Any
was anyone
suggestion
who
I could make would probably border on illegal activities, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say like if anyone like works at Ubisoft and like is working with one of those terrible people, keep your mic on you at all time.
Yeah.
Like literally, so you can literally record them and literally throw it out
Like-
to the world, and then just say, let's see how long they survive.
I mean, they'll be fine because they'll be allowed to resign and keep all of their shares and stock options and money. We've seen it. We've seen it. How many of those people from last year who left the company were just allowed to leave the company and not be fired for like grotesque abuses of power?
Even a golden handshake.
Give a fucking golden something. Fist up their fucking arse. Probably enjoy that, actually.
Like,
Fist in
it
their
just-
fucking face. Probably enjoy that as well, actually.
Yeah.
Shit.
The whole thing is like it's bonkers. Like right now, Activision and Blizzard, like they're getting their asses kicked pretty well. I think right now they could more happen to them, yes, and like their stock is dropping like crazy, which is great. That's
You love to
fantastic
see it.
hear and everything. We'd love to see it indeed. But Ubisoft somehow are just surviving this, and it's just that doesn't help when you've got the journalists and the sites and everything and content creators. I'll shout again to you, who do not hold them accountable, do not call out their shit and everything, and it's just deplorable, man. It really is. These are people. You say you want to support the company, you're not supporting the company because you're not helping the developers. You're not, and it's disgusting to think that. So
No, yeah, you are helping the company. You are helping the company. At this point, you are helping the company. Sorry, you are.
you're helping Gilles Villeneuve to survive in his job.
The truth hurts. Anyway, I believe there are a couple of games coming out this week, Mooney.
Apparently, yes. So games
That's what I've
out
heard.
next week. I believe the final week that any game will really release.
I believe this is the last week we'll be doing games out this week.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, for the final time for games out this week,
2021.
on the penultimate,
The podcast isn't
penultimate
cancelled.
the penultimate episode of 2021. Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, PC, PlayStation, Switch. Delve with Shovel Knight into the depths of the Pocket Dungeon in an action-packed puzzle adventure, mashing up like none other. Next up is Fire Girl Hack and Slash Rescue, PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Take on the role of a young rescue officer starting her career, armed. Excuse me. Armed with a trusty axe and a high-pressured fire hose that also acts like a jetpack, Fire Girl responds to emergency calls across the city. Can Fire Girl save all the trapped civilians caught in the H blaze? And finally, for the last time, the
This year.
Gunk PC, Xbox. All right, yes, this year. Jeez. Okay, the Gunk PC, Xbox, and Game Pass. The Gunk stars Rani, part of our duo of gritty space haulers struggling to make a buck as they chance upon an untouched planet brimming with life. They came in search of valuable resources, and it looks like they've hit the jackpot.
While we're talking about Game Pass, so Weird West, a game I've been looking forward to all year. It's coming out in January 2022. Devolver Digital published, developed by the creators of the Dishonored franchise, and they just randomly announced on Twitter that, oh yeah, by the way, this is going to launch in Game Pass. And I was like, holy fuck, what the fuck's going on? Game Pass is getting better at capturing those like those day one releases.
Why PlayStation are doing their own now?
Sniper Elite 5 got announced. In the picture that I talked about, the guy took the picture of the email and put it on Twitter, and Sniper Elite 5 was in the list and it hadn't even been announced yet. He's like, what the fuck? Holy shit. Shout out to Game Pass. You said the word Game Pass and my brain went to that. Because I was like, there's games I'm excited for to play in January. And they're coming to Game Pass, apparently. Do you think by the end of 2022, all the games I'm excited to play, I will exclusively review and play it and stream games in Game Pass. Because I won't need it to do I won't need anything else.
That is true.
But it's time for OpenCritic Head to Head. And it ends probably the setting up the last prediction, probably how it always should have.
It ended how it started.
It ended how it started. This is the Formula 1 2021 Drivers' Championship of OpenCritic head-to-head seasons. Last week, I got to
you out. You've took me out. I've put in my super engine in the end and crawled it all back.
I should probably explain what it is, like I always do. This is the game we play every week, where we try to guess the OpenCritic average of one upcoming game. Whoever guesses closest to the score gets a point. If you guess the score correctly, you get 2 points. Last week and the week before, because we did this twice, we did Halo Infinite in advance. We were clever. Doesn't happen very often. 2 weeks ago, we tried to guess the OpenCritic average of Halo Infinite. Moody guessed it would get an 88, I guessed it would get a 91, and at the time of recording, Infinite has an OpenCritic average of 86, which gives Moody
reviews fucked me over.
1 point. It was only 88 for a while, and then the
story reviews came out.
The story reviews came out.
They could finally review the game properly, Amy.
They could. They're wrong. It's fucking amazing. Anyone that says it's not, you're wrong. Objectively. I'm just kidding. I know that's not how game reviews work.
Okay.
Last week, we tried to guess the OpenCritic average of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, and if me and Moody weren't fucking blown away by what happened next, me and Moody have a string of text messages being like, what the fuck? Because this is where it landed is not where it started, and where it started was something else. I guessed it would get an 86. Moody guessed it would get a 90. And Avril guessed it would get an 81. At the time of recording, Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker has an OpenCritic average of 94, making it the best reviewed game of 2021. When the reviews hit for the first time, it had an OpenCritic average of 97. And me and Moody were like, what the fuck?
What's going on here?
Oh, God.
So that puts the current scores, leading into the last prediction at Amy 23, Moody 23, everybody else 18, with 2 draws. It's fitting that it would end this way, Moody. I've added April's name onto that. It is fitting that we're both on the same score. I pulled ahead, then you pulled ahead, then I pulled ahead, then you pulled ahead, then I pulled ahead, and now it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Yes, I'm quoting a supervillain.
A very good supervillain.
What I'm actually going to do, though, I'm actually going to read all the games. I haven't done that for a while. I have a score of 23, and this year, so far, I have guessed correctly. The medium, werewolf,
or closest.
Or closest, yeah, sorry. Fallen Legion Revenants, Bravely Default 2, Oddworld Soulstorm, Neo Replicant, Knockout City, Biomutant, Disgaea 6, Defiance of Destiny, The Ascent, 12 Minutes, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Insound Mind, Lemnis Gate, Mario Party Superstars, Bright Memory Infinite, and Solar Ash. He also gets the scores completely correctly for F1 2021, Naraka Blade Point, and Psychonauts 2. Moody, guessed closest On Little Nightmares 2, Maquette, Mondorn, It Takes Two, Returnal, Resident Evil Village, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Necromunda, Hired Gun, Lake, Life is Strange True Colors, Metroid Dread, NHL 22, House of Ashes, Halo Infinite, and Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. He also guessed the scores completely correctly for Stronghold Warlords, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Deathloop, and Forza Horizon 5. Did you guess the scores correctly for every single Game of the Year nomination, or is it just me? No, you didn't. I got Psychonauts too.
Almost.
And Fox has got Ratchet, I believe.
And Fox has got Ratchet. Yeah, for everybody else, they guessed the scores correctly or close on Outriders, MLB The Show 21, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, Chris Tales, and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. The two draws were the first, the Hitman 3 and Monster Hunter Rise. We haven't had a draw since Monster Hunter Rise, which I'm pretty sure came out in February, and Hitman 3 was the first game of this entire thing. So we haven't had any draws for a long time. Imagine if we have one this week. And we're just stuck drawed.
Or Avil takes the point.
Avil could take the point. Hey, when you come on this podcast, everybody gets to play. That's my rule. For the final time in 2021, it's time to guess an OpenCritic average for the Gunk, coming to Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. Moody, as I've done for most of the year, I'll let you go first. What do you think the Gunk is going to get on OpenCritic average by the time we record this episode next week? No pressure. It's not an important choice.
This could be the most important guess of my life. Just like it was last year, what won me.
You had already won a few weeks before the end, I think, last year.
I'm pretty sure I won it on the last game. No, yeah, I was ahead, and you needed basically to get it on dot, at least tie, if I remember right. Anyway, but yeah. Amy finally gave me a challenge this year.
Well, I had to put all my energy into crushing you in Fantasy Game Critic, like comprehensively crushing you.
Yeah, just like I've crushed.
Do you really want to have this pissing contest right now?
I'm beating just in September. It's all right. But either way,
I call it a testosterone contest, but I kicked that habit years ago.
76.
All right, 76. Overall, the Gunk.
Given how far off the mark I was last week, I think I'm just going to stick with being off the mark. But I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to go with 89.
The safe bet is 88. So
It doesn't matter at this point unless I pick 88.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Moody, as you said, we're tied, right? Me and you.
Oh God, you're going to do what I think you're going to do.
Well, yeah, probably. We're tied. So I'm going to take this as seriously as I possibly can to make this as intense, as riveting a competition as I can. So, I have mustered all of the seriousness in my body and in my soul, and I've put it into this guess.
Oh, I thought you were going to roll a dice.
69. That's as serious as I get. Sorry.
Oh, wow. Big differences. One's gone in the 60s, one in the 70s, and one in the 80s. That's interesting.
It's almost like I'm trying to meme my way to victory.
Yeah.
This time next week,
I'll be a double champion. Defended my title. And be glorious, as always.
and I will continue not to take this competition seriously in the slightest. Yet somehow still push you to the last week. I've literally gotten double points off of 69s before. Just throwing it out there. The first time I did it as a joke, Sonic and Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, I did it as a joke, and it was 69. It's a proven formula, that's all I'm saying. And a lot of fun, too. So that's pretty much going to do it for the podcast. Sorry you didn't get to talk as much, April, with the
that's
Game
all right.
Awards stuff.
It was good to be here anyway, so.
Yeah, we got into the great second half of the podcast, where fun was had by all. I've got nothing. I'm limping towards the end of the year. I'm not gonna lie. Like that finish line is just like I'm just crawling across a pavement to get to it at this point.
We're like Frodo climbing up the bloody mountain on Mordor.
There's a reason I booked the guest I booked for next week. It's because I need all the help I can get to make it through the last episode of the podcast.
You know, live, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what I needed.
Perfect guy to get. He's the perfect guy to get, no doubt about it.
And Moody, thank you for introducing me to him. But for this week, for this episode, for right now, I believe you might have some words for us.
Sometimes the greatest test in life is being able to bless someone else while going through your own storm. Have an amazing week, everyone, because you are awesome. Be bold. Seize the moment.
You are awesome too, Moody.
Yeah.
Next week's podcast, I'm gonna make it my mission to say something so nice that we both start crying.
Oh my god.
Look forward to that.
Oh god.
And it's gonna come when you least expect it. You're gonna be thinking it's gonna come at the end of the podcast when I'm like, well, thanks for a great 2021. But it's gonna be like halfway through a story. I'm just gonna stop reading. Kapow! Got you. So that's going to do it for episode 285 of the Words Back Games podcast. Thanks for joining us, Avril. I don't know why you keep agreeing to this, but
Well, yeah, why? Save yourself. She's already consumed me. I'm locked in until she fires me.
That's not going to happen. I don't fire anyone. Contrary to what you might have heard. Nobody's ever been fired. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Live long and prosper.
Sayonara, suckers.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.